It's just fantastic.
Captain's Log, Subdate 210514.8. I'll be assembling an away team to loot the heck out of that Starbug, and then sending a second team of Makos, that's Military Assault Command, with the sole purpose of detonating the bug once my team has left. We can't risk anyone finding what we've stolen.
Today I'm teaching you the deadliest self-defense move known to man. However, this move is only for life or death situations and not to be messed with. This move was created by DxyzD in 1987. However, it was immediately banned from all karate competitions due to its violent nature, which is why once again I urge you to use caution. Step 1 is to make a fist, ensuring that your thumb is on the outside of your fingers. If it is on the inside, it can break your thumb during impact. Do this with both hands. You now want to place your fists halfway between your chest and your hip. Once you're at this point, move them slowly from side to side, and eventually the momentum will end up with you.
If I had to fall for that, you all had to fall for it too. You're all welcome. So welcome everyone to This Week at Twitter, or twat. Today we're going to start with a very hot topic and a contentious one at that. Yes, you're all right. Condiments. Many of us have a view on which is the superior variety, option, combination. Now this has been ongoing for a while and it has been escalated by a rather blasphemous claim. I say blasphemous because, according to CDogVA, mayonnaise is the best condiment. Now my view on this is, mayonnaise is the worst condiment known to exist. I'd put it under piccalilli, because honestly, I'd rather suffer that. And while I'm willing to accept we all have differing perspectives of what is the best condiment, you are all entitled to your wrong opinion. And in truth, when it comes to condiments, I'm not known for using them, because I like the original flavour of what it is I'm eating, without the additional aid of something else, because apparently my palate really appreciates bland English cooking. Although I do use some smoked paprika from time to time, when I'm not busy sending it to my patrons. And while we're in the ballpark of food, this was sent to me by MC, linked to his channel down below. Included in what is sent is a video narrated by someone who sounds American, so I'm going to play this clip. Which means yes, I'm blaming America even though it's highly likely this might well have come from someone else. And this is the clip.
Grated chicken, an easy recipe that everyone will love. Let's start our recipe by grating 500 grams of chicken breast. Then, transfer the chicken in a bowl, add 1 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 2 tablespoons of breadcrumbs, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic, and mix well. Add 1 tablespoon of butter and spread it across with a brush. Now add in the pan the mixture we've previously prepared and spread it across using your hands. If you're still watching the video, you're loving the recipe. Cover the pan and leave it to cook for 5 minutes. And our recipe is ready.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen anyone grate chicken before. That particular part really bugged me. But that's just me. I'm like that. You're all welcome. I am, however, curious, so there are 2 things I want to ask. Do you grate chicken? And what is your favourite condiment? Smash it down below in the comments, drive up my engagement. I'd greatly appreciate it, but there is more audience participation, so do hold off until we get to the last one. So next we're going to go to something that was trending on Twitter. GTA was. No, we're not getting GTA 6. I know, it's been a while. 9 years is it now? Oh boy. No. Instead, OxGod tweeted out rank these 4 Grand Theft Auto games. In that you have Vice City, San Andreas 3 and 5. 4 for obvious reasons was left out. Wonky turning, ridiculously soft suspensions. Nico had a good story, I will admit, but the driving really bugged me. Now this was to the point where every individual game was also trending separately. It got a lot of attention and a lot of traction. My view, and this is my personal order, nostalgia, Vice City has to go top for me, because I loved getting a Sabre Turbo and just driving around the entire map with 3 to 4 stars. It was hilarious. Almost as hilarious as the fact that Tommy Vercetti couldn't swim. like Claude in GTA 3, not resolved until you got to GTA San Andreas, which I actually consider my favourite. San Andreas, Vice City, 5 and then 3. As much as I love all 4 of them, I have to put 3 at the bottom because of the clunkiness to going back and playing it. 5 I absolutely adored and have completed many times, yes, but I will admit, I did prefer Vice City's map layout and I did enjoy the rather convoluted story for San Andreas. So do let me know what you think about this down below as well if you are at all a gamer and or interested in San Andreas. What's your order? Next we're going to go in a completely different direction to KFC. For the sake of it, they delete these tweets before anyone can actually archive them. So we're going to use a couple that interested me the most. The first is this picture of a piece of chicken with a shadow of a black fist. Somebody hasn't told them about optics, have they? The stereotype of black people and chicken being used in an empowering message for black people is rather amusing, I will admit. Followed up by this one with a black football player reaching out for a drumstick. Some of these jokes write themselves and I don't need to contribute too much, but I will readily admit, oh, that's a spicy one, and no, I don't mean the drumstick. While we're in the ballpark of spicy takes, many of us will have done history when it comes to World War II, covered it in school even. Generally, it is thought that the Allies won. That would be America, the United Kingdom, and Russia, or the Soviet Union. One thing not often spoken about is the lives lost, mostly because it's considered tragic. We respect what they did for us, but we don't generally use them to make a different point, which is where we get Margaret Kimberley, who defeated fascism in World War II. To use this and to represent this, she uses a pie chart of the total World War II deaths, where over 45 million of those were communist. Understandably, many have pointed out this does not mean, comrade, that communism defeated the Nazis. It just means they were better at dying to the Nazis than anyone else. In fact, one could argue they were prolific at it. Not that that in any way should be a take from this. The main point is, number of deaths does not mean you defeated fascism, it just means you died better against fascism. And it's somewhat ironic that fascists defeated fascists when using communists arguing against National Socialists, who I know the debate is about whether or not they're actually socialists or not. I'm not going to be drawn in on that, dear God. To our penultimate subject, we go to Twitter. We've discussed this a number of times, but they finally decided to do a beta rollout of this. So Twitter, show your love, leave a tip. Just the tip. Now testing Tip Jar, a new way to give and receive money on Twitter. More coming soon. The fact that you're trying to monetize tweets is quite amusing to me, but then at the same time I remember that I use Minds and you can in fact monetize posts over there. Something I've never actually done yet. I might well try in the future just for a lol, to see how many people don't click on something, but I might have to put some effort in to make it something worthwhile. At least though that's run with cryptocurrency. It's just a shame I don't know how to use cryptocurrency. I have like 120 tokens and I don't know how to do anything with it. Not even a joke, I have no idea. Many people, when they announced they were going to do this tip jar thing, did come out and say it was a stupid idea, and why do that when you can do an edit button instead? Some have pointed out that to do an edit button is vastly more complicated than that of a tip jar. And a tip jar would be akin to like linking a PayPal, linking a Square account, or whatever it is people use to receive the shekels. For the sake of it, I'm going to make this quite clear now. If I ever had access to something like this, no, I wouldn't use it. Not because I don't want to make money, I do quite like money. But I don't want to use something that could inherently be considered a paywall to accessing my tweets, which are at best, look at the good doggo, look at the bad person with the doggo, and I like Marmite. Now to our last one, our main event I guess, which isn't really a main event. We go to a tweet from Braxton JS, the YouTube channel Just Stop. The reason why is not because of something he's done. I know he's busy working on a rather long video. No. It is something he has posted that comes from someone else's community tab, the YouTube channel Cosmo. Within this community post, Cosmo admits to something really, really bad. There have been accusations for quite some time against Cosmo, but Cosmo has now bothered to stand up and say, yeah, it's true in fact. Cosmo did in fact groom some people, and this is not good. This is where you need to walk away from the internet and never come back, which is exactly what Cosmo says Cosmo will do. Whether that stays in effect long term or we get a return like the glorious Kiro, I am uncertain. I've left it on the screen, by the way, in case anyone wanted to read it. My view on this is sayonara. Privileged position, abused by a groomer. Unacceptable. You should be in an ISO queue. As we're done, I'd like to know what you all think. So please do let me know in the comments down below. As a final thing, I shall be hosting a stream on the Moistski Live channel. We are also on Spotify, where we've just hit 131 followers. Thank you very much for that. Please consider following us either on the YouTube channel or on Spotify. We'd greatly appreciate it. If we don't see you there, 9:30 PM GMT tonight, have a fantastic Friday and subsequent weekend. And thank you all very much for listening.